Hey there, Storm fans. Bryant Cook here for a late night vintage league. I couldn't sleep and I thought that this deck looked really sweet, so I figured, hey, why not? I'm up, let's record. So the idea behind this deck is kind of like it is in Pauper, Modern, and Legacy. We don't play lands. Instead, we're playing these modal, double flip lands. Agadeem's Awakening, the back half is a land, so the front half doesn't count as land. For things like Undercity Informer or Balustrade Spy, or even the cyborg copies of Goblin Charbelcher. In addition to the Agadeem's Awakening, we have Seagate Restoration slash Seagate Reborn. So we have essentially 4 islands and 4 swamps, along with 4 copies of Chrome Mox, Black Lotus, obviously all of the Moxen, Lotus Petal, Mana Vault, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, all the broken mana that exists in Vintage, right? So we get to play that. On top of that, we're playing 4 copies of Grief, Chancellor of the Annex, Force of Will, and Pact of Negation to help ensure that our combo gets the job done. What you're really looking to do with this deck is mulligan aggressively. I've played a number of practice room goldfishes. I had mulligans to 5 and turn 1 wins with double backup. Like, this deck is very powerful as long as you let it. Like, you just shouldn't keep bad hands because the deck actually mulligans quite well. There's no top deck tutors in this deck, so no Mystical Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Imperial Seal, because you're not looking to ever pass the turn. You just want to turn 1 people with backup over and over and over again. That's what we're going to do today. I mentioned the Goblin Charbelcher on the board. Sheoldred the Apocalypse is also a pivot. So there's going to be some matchups where you might board out most of your combo, or even all of it if you can, and then you just board in 15 cards. Will we do that? Stick around and find out. I hope you enjoyed this blazing fast video, or at least I hope it's fast. See you in the first match. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, cyborg guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop, or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to the first match. We've opened up a turn 1 with backup, but our blue card is Thassa's Oracle, which is super awkward. Can we keep this? We'd have to draw a blue card for the Force of Will, or a black card being Grief, I guess. Sure, we'll try it out. I don't know if I would keep this on the play, but we're gonna go for it. There's a Saga, okay. Alright, blue card, pretty please. Another Spy, that's interesting. Lotus Petal, Oracle, I'm sorry, Black Lotus. So if I imprint the Force of Will, that brings me up to 7 mana. Let's see if the Dark Ritual resolves. Maybe I should have played this earlier. Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox resolves. Play the Spy. Force of Will pitching Time Twister. Okay, we could try again next turn. Underground Sea, and they have 4 cards in hand. Merchant Scroll, they can go get another Force of Will here. Do we want to draw a Pact of Negation? Draw? That's brutal. So the problem with waiting is that next turn they're going to go get like a main deck Soul Guide Lantern, but we do have a main deck, or the one of Oracle in our hand, so we don't actually need the graveyard. I'll play the Emerald. I'm going to pass after that. I'm going to just draw a blue card for my first draw. Jeez. Upkeep Mystical Tutor for Ancestral Recall. I mean, that's certainly a good one. The Ancestral. Black Lotus. Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Okay, we're on a clock. They have Force of Will and 3 unknowns. Can I please just draw Pact of Negation here? Draw. There we go. Play a Spy. Target myself. And they concede. Nice. We actually came back and won that. Love it. Whew. Okay. So they're on a Sheoldred deck. I'm not actually sure what they're playing, if I'm being honest. I think we probably want to bring in at least a couple copies of Belcher. We're on the draw, so I think Chancellor is actually a lot worse. So why don't we board out the Chancellors on the draw? We'll just bring in the Belchers. If there's a game 3, I'll bring the Chancellors back in. I mean, I want to keep this. I'm just not allowed to. Black Lotus off the top rope, anyone? So this is turn 1 Belcher with force backup if I bottom the Informer. I think I'm down for that. Alright, post-combat Mox Ruby Classic. Mox Emerald. Mox Pearl. Soul Ring. I love your Storm Count. Time Vault, you've got it. 2 cards in hand. Let's go. We'll play the Agademes. Yes. Mana Vault. Chrome Mox. I'm going to imprint the Narcomoeba because the Seagate Restoration is a land if they don't have a force here. And their last 2 are Force Tinker. We'll force back. So it's us finding Mana Source 3 or them finding Key. What will happen first? 2 mana. They drew a Braid? What? Oh, what a draw. That was insane. Okay. So I guess we're back on the Spy plan. What a top deck. So we'll go to 15. This would not have won if our Belcher wasn't destroyed. Not feeling super confident in our ability to win this one anymore. Ancestral Recall off the top rope, please. Grief? I don't know how I feel about that. So it's worth noting that we can imprint the Grief if I'm lucky enough to draw an Informer. They have 2 in hand. No. Draw, going to 13 life. Okay. They have an island. Under's a good one. Shuffled. No. Draw. Ay, ay, ay. We have to pass. A lot of mana. I'll take a Twister. Please don't kill me. Merchant Scroll. Okay. Reveals Force of Will. Full Breacher. I'll respond to that one. Ancestral. Another Breacher. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. You got me. So I need to draw an Oops creature here. Draw. Actually, I'm not even sure that's good enough because I have 3 Narcos out of the deck. It actually wouldn't be. I'm going to pick this one up and we can just go to the next game. We're going to board out at least 2 Belchers. I want the Chancellors back. What to do, what to do. I'm not actually sure what I'm allowed to board out in the matchup. Might be crazy, but I kind of want to take out Demonic Tutor. And then 1 Chrome Mox. Let's go. Alright, game 3 on the play. So we have double Chancellor, but we can only make 3 mana. I don't think that's good enough. So if I bottom the Force of Will, I have Grief into Belcher with only 1 mana source. I'm sorry, 2 mana source. That's probably good enough. No, it's 1 mana source. I lied. Okay, Grief. They have 6 cards in hand. And they have the Needle. Ah, so brutal. We'll take Force of Will, and now I need to pivot to no longer using Belcher. Play the Agademes. I mean, I could play out Lotus here to avoid a future counter. Now let's see what they need. Like, they might just Needle on Informer, and if they do, I can slam the Belcher. There's the Needle. We have 2 Belchers, 4 Informers. What do they name? Undercity Informer. That gives me a window to slam Goblin Charbelcher. Draw. Chancellor of the Annex. Okay. Any mana source off the top wins. They have a Mystical Tutor, but they don't have another land that we know of. They don't upkeep Mystical. They have 2 mana, so now they can Time Walk. They can Time Walk plus Mystical Tutor for Tinker. These were 2 very good draws for them. They went from having 1 island and being really tight on mana to having enough mana to Tinker Time Walk. And that's what they're going to do here. Yep. Okay. Citadel, please fail. Please fail. Alright, land off the top. Let's see it. Just give me a land. No, they gave me an opportunity to win and we just threw. Disappointing. Their Soul Guide Lantern, which they can also use to draw a card to keep their Citadel going. We're probably just dead here. We gave them way too much time. Hull Breacher, Pearl, Mox Jet. They're going to draw a card with the Soul Guide to keep it moving. Soul Ring. The Shield Red, it is. Okay, it might land. Please just give me a land here. So if this resolves, we win, but they might have a counter on top. No? Did we really pull this one out? Wow. Lucky, lucky, lucky. We're 1-0, and I expected all of our games so far this to be just like lightning fast. This was actually a little bit of a grind, so pretty sweet. Let's see how the next 4 go. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. After a long wait in the Moto queue, we have found match number 2. This is not going to be a fast league. Alright, so I have Grief pitching Cabal Therapy. Unfortunately, this isn't a black source. It'd be a turn 1 if it was. I think you're supposed to mulligan this. We're going to 5. Alright, and none of my practice games did I go to 4, so we'll see how it goes. To 4. No creature. We do have Black Lotus Pact Negation. I mean, am I supposed to keep this and just pray? Or do I go to 3 looking for just jam and pray to win? Let's go to 3. Alright. Narcomoeba, Chancellor, Mana Vault. So then the question becomes, do you keep Chrome Mox or do you keep the Pact Negation? I don't know. We're just going to pass the turn, I guess. This was not a good experience here. Our best draw is like exactly Black Lotus. Sure. You've got it. They have 3 cards in hand. Black Lotus. Player Aghanim. So now any +1 mana wins? It's not terrible. Alright, well that's a Hull Breacher. That's kind of scary. They have 2 in hand. And they ponder. We're looking for a land here to win the game. They have 2 cards. Can we do it? I certainly hope so. Draw. Dark Ritual. Okay. Are we going to win on a mulligan to 3? Spy? Oh my. Target ourselves. Always yes. Auto yield. I'm going to Cabal Therapy our opponent for Flusterstorm because I think that's like one of the few cards we actually lose to. Target them. We'll sacrifice a Narcomoeba. Flusterstorm. They have nothing. Alright, Dread Return, and we will target Thassa's Oracle. Mulligan to 3 victory. Boom. Wow, I can't believe that. That was sweet. I wonder if I should be boarding in Shield Dread versus these decks. I mean, they have their own Shield Dreads too, so that's probably not the best line. I don't think Chancellor is very good on the draw, so I'm going to take those out. Alright, let's try it again. Okay, so if we draw Black Source, this hand's incredibly good. Is it though? It's not even a turn 1. We should probably just mulligan. This is much better if I draw Black Source. I will keep this. We'll get rid of Narcomoeba. Underground Sea. Mox Pearl. Merchant Scroll. Okay. Finds Ancestral Recall. Black Lotus. And no upkeep Ancestral. I'm going to hold these Sea Gates as blue cards. Like, we don't need a blue land in play, so... Here's Ancestral Recall. I will attempt to Force of Will. Interesting, that just resolved. Scalding Tarn. Volcanic Island, and they have 3 cards in hand. Underworld Breach. 2 cards left. Alright. Force. Sure. So they can rebuy Black Lotus here. That's it. I think they were just supposed to not do anything if that was the play. Oh, they just had it all. Okay, never mind then. Ignore me. Sure. Alright, on the play we want Chancellors. Let's take out some Belchers. Got the Demonic Tutor and the Chromox again. Let's go. Game 3. This is a Charm 1 with Grief backup. Keep. So you pitch the Grief... you pitch the Dark Ritual to the Grief. Mana Vault... Or Mana Crypt into Mana Vault, Agadeem's Awakening into a win. Or that could happen. Sure. They have 5 cards. Mana Crypt. Ouch. Chrome Mox. Imprint the Dark Ritual. Hardcast Grief. We'll take the Twister. So here's the weird thing. Is that Saga's eventually going to get Black Lotus. And that Citadel could kill me. Where, like, if they're plays to get Twister, maybe we come back. But I will be attacking them with Grief. I'm not sure. Okay. Turn 1 Saga. We also need to win some Mana Crypt flips, that's for sure. Not a good way to start. Seagate Restoration. We'll play Spy and target them. Play this. Attack for 3. Saga goes up to 2. They find Soul Ring, so that makes a blocker next turn. I don't like that. We lose another Mana Crypt flip. Active Negation. Can't use that. I guess it doesn't make a blocker because Grief has Menace and the Spy flies. They are allowed to play Citadel here. Okay. They've played their land, so if the play is to play Citadel here, this was a mistake. Alright, let's see if they get lucky. They hit Time Walk, that's brutal. Brain Freeze themselves. Oh, they're targeting me. Sure. They're at 4. So now they're dead on board if they don't win. But they're a key away. They're fetching down to 3 life. Merchant Scroll to 1, so they can get Ancestral here. And they do that. Okay, they're at 1 life. Sure. Please, Brick. Island. And a Ponder. Come on, shuffle. They shuffled. And a Concession. Yes. 2-0 with Oops All Spells. Match 3 coming up. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and Mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Match number 3, we're on the play. So we have 2 mana sources and a Force of Will. Wait, this is a turn 1 Informer with Force backup. We keep this. I almost mulligan this, but Demonic Tutor goes and gets Black Lotus here. Play Chromox. That resolves. Imprint the Informer. Play a Seagate. Demonic Tutor. Where's my Black Lotus? There it is. Select. Play Black Lotus. Add black mana. Undercity Informer. We don't win this turn, but we do have Force of Will backup and we can try to win on our next turn. Force of Will pitching Jace the Mind Sculptor. We will Force of Will back. Pitching a Narcomoeba. Okay. They have double force. That's unfortunate. Urza's Saga. And Mana Crypt. Sure. Why not? They named Goblin Charbelcher. Well, we don't have that in the main deck. That was a really good draw. So now if we can draw a Spy, we win on our next turn. I guess an Informer would also work. So we have 6 hits. Ooh, Wasteland hurts us here. And the Saga likely goes and gets a main deck Soul Guide Lantern. We have to pass. Yep. They won with their Mana Crypt. They get Mox Sapphire and a Strip Mine. into Time Walk. I am dead. I literally can't win. So we can go with the next one. What a start from our opponent, though. Holy moly. Brutal. They're pretty fast about naming Belchers, so I'm not even sure if I want to bring in the Belchers. I think I want to try bringing in like a couple Shield Dread. Board out one Chromox and the Demonic Tutor. Just so that way I do have like a backup plan if they happen to have Leyline of the Void. Game number 2. Everything but a Black Source. I'm going to mulligan. So we have Chancellor into a turn 1. I think I'm okay keeping this. Narco goes on the bottom. Chancellor the NX. Mox Ruby. Emerald. Lotus Petal. Chrome Mox. Imprint the Chancellor. Play a Spy. Target ourselves. Auto yield to the Narcomoebas. I imagine our opponent's just examining our graveyard at the moment. That, or they have like double surgical. I don't know. Alright, game 3. So they saw that I didn't have Belchers. So now I want to pivot again. And I want to bring in Belchers and more Shield Dreads. Okay, so we have 64 at the moment. I have to obviously take some cards out. Alright, I'm going to take the Demonic Tutor and one Chromox back out. That brings me to needing to cut 2 cards. I'm going to cut 1 Belcher and 1 Shield Dread. Let's try this. Game 3. Can we squeak out a win? Dark Ritual, Goblin Charbelcher. This hand has no protection in it. I feel like this hand just isn't good enough. They've kept 7. So this is a turn 1 with Pact backup. Keep. Trying to figure out if I should... If I bottom the Sapphire and then I draw into another mana source, I could actually double Informer. I could also just get rid of the Dark Ritual and then Informer on back-to-back turns, assuming that I draw into a black source. Maybe that's better? Okay. There's the Saga. They passed the turn with 6 cards. By Lotus Petal, Mana Crypt, Mox Sapphire. Play Spy. Target ourselves. Okay, so you have like a surgical? Cabal Therapy, target you. People don't play surgical in Vintage. I'm just going to say Force of Negation. Hit 2 of them. And the opponent concedes 3-0. Wow. Okay, 2 matches left. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. It's match number 4, but we've opened up a turn 1 with backup. We'll keep. What are you playing, Stormcrow? Volcanic Island. Preordain. Clearly they're playing Vintage Show and Tell. That was sarcasm. Just throwing it out there before someone decides to tell me that that's not a Vintage deck. Good deal. Alright. Dark Ritual. Mox Pearl. And I guess it's sort of free here to play around Days. So we'll play out the Therapy. Spy. Target myself. Auto yield to these triggers. And our opponent concedes. Nice. Going to game number 2. Once again, Chancellor comes out on the draw. We'll try a split of Belchers and Shield Dreads. Okay. Actually, let's try taking out 1 Chromox and 1 Demonic Tutor as well. We'll board in 1 more of each. I really wish I knew how to sideboard with this deck. Like, I'm sure people are watching this very, very upset at my choices, but I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, game 2, we're on the draw. So this hand wins on the spot with double backup if we can draw into a black source, which could also be a Chrome Mox because I have a Spare Dark Ritual. Alright, I love punishing myself. Let's keep. Volcanic Island and they pass. I will attempt a mental misstep. They have 5 cards. They misstep back. Okay. They have 7 cards. That was what the doctor ordered. Lotus Petal. Mox Sapphire. Emerald. Let's see if they counter the Soul Ring. They do not. Dark Ritual. Balustrade Spy. And it resolves? Okay. Always yes. Auto yield. They're paying costs. Surgical on Narcomoeba. I will Pactive Negation. You have it? Alright. We're 3-0, now 4-0? I had to check, I wasn't even sure. But we're about to play for a trophy with Oops All Spells. Let's see if we get there. I'll see you in the 5th match. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. We're on the draw for the 5th and final match. We have a turn 1 Undercity Informer, but no protection. Alternatively, we could Chromox and print Narcomoeba, Agadeems, Ruby. So we have enough to activate, but if we want protection, we have to pass the turn. So it would be a turn 2. I think I'm going to send it back. I think we can do better. This is not better. We'll go to 5. This is a turn 1 with Chancellor. I think we keep that. Bottom the Narcomoeba and Chromox. Reveal the Chancellor of the NX. Mishra's Workshop. Okay. The Ruby's countered. Mox Opal. And they're passing. Alright, let's see what we can do. Another Informer. Yes. We need our opponent to not be on the blue Paradoxical Outcome deck. I think it's called Jewel Shops. That's what people call it. Auto yield, and that's a game. We're 1 game away from a trophy with Oops All Spells and Vintage. Let's go. All right, so I think I want to keep in the forces. Once again, on the draw, obviously I'm keeping in force, but against the prison deck, I wonder how I'm supposed to board. Am I boarding for regular shops or am I boarding for jewel shops? I don't know. Well, Misstep can probably come out regardless. Board out the Demonic Tutor. Then I'll board out 2 Pact of Negation. Is that crazy? Let's try it. We have 1 land. This isn't good enough. So we have Black Lotus, but nothing going on. We'll go to 5. Sure. Keep this. Get rid of Grief and the 2nd Belcher. So I have Force of Will, a way to cast the Belcher. Then we'd have to draw a couple mana sources to activate. Mishra's Workshop. Opal. Mox Jet. That's a Sapphire. So now they have 6 mana. It is Jewel Shops. Okay. Pitch the Narcomoeba. Draw. Oh, we're a mana short. We're a mana short. That's a bummer. I got really excited for a second thinking that was a turn 1. We were 1 mana short. What a disappointment. Pass the turn. Ancient Tomb, and they're passing with 2 cards. Come on. You don't have it. You have nothing. You have a Flusterstorm in your hand. Goblin Charbelcher. We did it. That's the trophy. 5-0. Look at that. I can't believe we did it. Late Night League. We just ran hot. I don't really have any feedback. I thought this deck list was fine. I'm not an expert. So as you saw throughout the league, I don't really know how to sideboard, and I still won. Easy peasy 5-0. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. All you vintage fans, I hope you liked this one. So thanks for watching. Hopefully it was a short one. I'm not really sure, but hey, once again, keep storming, have a great day, all that good stuff. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.